We are on the third part of the project of Eric Hall's story, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, making the props that we had promised you that we were going to do together. So the first one you did the coloring. The second one I just finished cutting and pasting many of the props on paper plates because we're going to retell the story of The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And so it's very important that you follow what we've been doing so that everything comes out what? Perfect. So I still have to cut the wings of the butterfly, but I do already have the leaf. So I'm going to start with the leaf first before I continue coloring. Alright, and so I'm going to incline my camera, and here we go. So this is the circle that you're going to puncture in the middle. And one way to do it is that you fold it a little bit and you snip it. You have a hole now, so now you go in and cut on the black line. And you cut in a circle because this is a leaf, and we're going to put it on a plate that's going to retell the story of The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And if you cannot follow that simple direction, we have a problem. Okay, so that is the end of the circle in the middle, and if you notice, I have my plate facing down, ready to be pasted. So this one's going to take a little bit of more glue than the others because this is a leaf. And a leaf in this story is big, so we have to make sure that the leaf is covered all around the green part, of course, with glue. We don't have to put glue on the white plate because the white plate will absorb what we're going to do right now, which is flip it over. And look, you're going to start pressing down your leaf. Your leaf should always have some glue. That is your guide to do the right thing. Okay, you see what I'm doing? I'm pressing around the edges of all of this because this is what makes it possible. Okay, so now I have my leaf getting dried for pasting, and now I'm going to cut the wings and put it on my plate. And you're going to say, oh, your plate got stained. Yes, but when you cover the wings, you don't get to see that. That's the good thing about it, is that when you're doing a prop like this, your paper plate may be covered with the paper that you're just cutting right now. In this case, mine will. Now, this part of the cutting with the scissor on the wings, you have to be very careful because you're cutting the black. And as you notice, I have a lot of color in here. So I should not follow anything but a black line. A black line. Otherwise, I'm cutting all of the wings. Okay? I'm going to put it here and cut the other piece. So, here we go. And you're going to continue cutting. And if you notice, I didn't say open close because by this time of the year, you should already know that cutting means opening and closing. And that you don't move your scissor, you move the paper. Now, if you have not learned that, that's something that you might want to think about learning from the previous videos on YouTube for Kids. Okay, because they're all there available for you. Then we make sure that we're cutting on the line, because I want to make sure that I'm not cutting the wings, but I'm just cutting on the black line so that I have the piece, which I do. Alright, so now I have my two pieces. Now I'm going to paste them on paper plate. Ready? Here we go. Alright, so let's put some glue. And it's very important that you start using your glue without squeezing it so hard, because some of you have the tendency of squeezing it and squeezing it and squeezing it, and you gotta give it a break, and you're not giving it a break. Okay? It's not only about squeezing, it's measuring your squeeze. Okay? So your other wing should match and should be at the same distance as the other wing. You can't be having this over here, because then where's the hole going to be? Okay? You need to have a hole in the middle of the plate, which is the next thing we're going to do after this one. Because remember, we're making props for the story of the Very Hungry Caterpillar. So I am done with gluing. And this is starting to look like wings of a butterfly for the prop. Perfect. Look at that. I love the way it looks. Now we're going to start cutting in the middle of the circle. But I'm not going to start with the last one. I'm going to start with the first one. What was the first one that I glued? Who remembers? The apple, exactly. So now I'm going to cut through here. So I'm going to make a hole. Okay, I made two instead of one. But you're going to cut. Okay, and then you start cutting around the edge of the circle in the middle. There's like a line, imaginary line that has the circle. That's where you're going to be cutting. Now, I'm not going to cut the apple. I'm just going to make sure that my hand fits through here. Okay? This is the prop. Now, I have an apple. Let's go with the pears. Here you go. Again, you're going around the edge that looks like a circle, but you're not cutting your pears. You are not cutting any of the food. You're just making a circle, enough big for your prop. Okay? Now we continue with the plums. Here we go. Remember, you're cutting around in a circle without cutting your food off. Alright? So, this is the other one. And now we're going with strawberries. Okay? And there you go. right, so here you go with this one. Now let's do the oranges. I'm getting excited, look. What you're doing is making the circle, okay? This one is the one with all the food that they ate on Saturday. So this one has a lot. Okay, here we go. Remember, you don't want to cut the food because this one has food all around. You just want to be able to fit your hand, your arm, through the circle. That's all you have to do. Okay, so here it is. Now we're down to the leaf and the butterfly wings. So now we're down to the leaf. You have to cut exactly where you cut the leaf when it was a paper before you glued it. Okay, and the wings of the butterfly. There you go. All right, now we're ready. We're ready to retell the story of the very hungry caterpillar. So the caterpillar on Monday ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. And on Saturday, he ate a slice of salami, a slice of Swiss cheese, a pickle, an ice cream, a cake, a watermelon, a cupcake, a sausage, a pie, a lollipop, and he got a tummy ache. And he wasn't feeling well. On Sunday again, he ate through a leaf, a green leaf, and he felt much better. Then he went into a cocoon, and 2 weeks later, he came out as a butterfly. And this is how you end the story of the very hungry caterpillar. Remember, smart is not something you are. Smart is something you get.